What's up, y'all? It's Ty. In this video today, I'm going to be taking a deeper dive on what we know with the exchange right now in NBA 2K25 MyTEAM, and if I were you guys, what I really would be looking at here. Now, as we do dive into this thing, I want you guys to know it's not one size fits all. Similar to how it's been in the past, it's not. But with how long we still got left of this event until April 25th, so basically another 9 days from now, we're going to continue to see more and more of these event cards added into the game. Probably something in King of the Court, probably something in Triple Threat Park for, more and more cards. And I think at the end of it, we're going to have a lot of exchange cards and we'll have to make some decisions. Now, as we do dive into this thing, if you're new to the channel and have not yet, make sure you guys do smash that subscribe button. I, as always, appreciate the support on the channel. So, for me, on my no money spent, right? Played my King of the Court games. I grinded the 5-game win streak. I'm grinding some of these festival cards. At the end of it, where will I be at? Well, let's take a look. Now, the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to downgrade my invincible to, obviously, 100 overalls. And I'm going to downgrade my 100 overalls to the dark matters, and then we'll see exactly where we are indeed at, because these are the things that I do think are important just to kind of make note of, right? And so right now I've got 3 different 100 overalls, and I'm not even going to downgrade them, but the 3 different 100 overalls are going to turn into 9 dark matters. And so right now, again, I've still got a lot to play, I've still got a lot to grind, but I've got 9 dark matters. I'm basically 60% of the way to getting Jason Kidd. Now, again, that's without getting this dark matter. That's without getting, the extra 100 overall. Once I complete the rest of these, I'm going to be at 12 out of the 15 needed for Jason Kidd or Marc Gasol. Again, one of the two. Now, is that what I'm going to use them on? I, at this time, don't know, right? I'm thinking leaning Jason Kidd, Marc Gasol, but even Nick Young, right? Right now, I think I've got enough to go get Swaggy P if I wanted to, right? I've got basically 3 different 100 overalls, which could turn into 9 dark matters, which could turn into 36 galaxy opals. And so right now, as it stands, I could go get Nick Young, who I think is absolutely elite, absolutely incredible. And so these are the decisions we're going to have to make. Now, if you're not playing the game nearly as much as me and you just have a couple of different, event cards to use, wow, I really like the Legend Badge. The 10 box is what I would buy before nearly anything. And even this Hassan Whiteside Mario Chalmers duo is absolutely elite. I think it's incredible. Now I've got the sellable, or the auctionable Hassan Whiteside Mario Chalmers, so I don't really feel the need to get the unsellable version. But even budget wise, there's still a lot to do. Like I've mentioned, even these Legend Badges, it might not be the biggest deal in the world, but like for me, if I can get Legend Badges, eventually when I do decide to spend my MT on a player, I can go and put those Legend Badges on them. Or maybe if I get, Jason Kidd, Marc Gasol, or Swaggy P, Nick Young, maybe I can go and put those Legend Badges on those type of cards. Again, these are just the options that I am going to have if 2K does continue to release more and more of these festival cards. Now, I know some people are trying to get Wilt, some people are trying to get Chris Bosh, all these types of cards. If this is you, do what you guys got to do. I'm not going to sit there and slander you. All I'm going to say is you're rich, okay? Like, you've got more money than I do. That's all I can really say. If you're doing those types of things. And obviously, again, when it comes down to KD or Wilt, I'm a bigger fan of Wilt, okay? So if you want me to decide between the two, I think Wilt is more worth it than KD. I don't like Bosh, Klay. I don't think Steve Kerr is worth it. And so that's just kind of where I'm at with things ultimately. To me, I think it comes down to this, right? If you've been grinding all these things out, you're going to have an option between Jason Kidd, Marc Gasol, and Nick Young. That's going to be your options, right? What do I think at the time I'm recording this? I think Jason Kidd's the best option. Like, if you want me to be honest, I think Jason Kidd's the best option. He has patty base, Garland upper on very quick, Pro 2 leaner, can dribble really well, 6'4", good frame. This is the card I'm really looking at getting. Now, again, that's my personal opinion. I know Nick Young has the, Cam Thomas on very quick. I know that. I get that. But I'm just thinking of like a defensive side of the ball. Jason Kidd is going to be elite. Now, again, if you don't have that, all what's needed for Jason Kidd, Nick Young is a great alternative option. And like I mentioned, when you get down here, I don't even mind Mark Williams, Keith Van Horn. I just think the legend badges are probably the most worth it thing to do. The last thing I want you guys to do, the last thing I want you guys to have to do is, at the very end of it, let's say you've locked in 9 out of the 15 for Jason Kidd, right? And it's the end of the event, you've already locked things in. That's what you don't want. And so my biggest piece of recommendation right now is, if you want the 10 box, right, go get the 10 box. If you want other things, go get the other things. But don't start locking things in for cards, right? So like right now I'm leaning towards getting Jason Kidd, but I'm not locking in any of these dark matters, and I've got 2 dark matters right now. So I didn't even realize I had the 2 dark matters. And so right now, right, if you're looking at where I'm at, I've got 2 dark matters. I could have 9 extra, so I'm at 11 total dark matters. By the time I complete, the everything, and I have enough to go get Jason Kidd, then maybe I'll do it. But the last thing I would encourage you guys to do is lock in things as you're going. Wait until you have enough for whatever you're wanting before you lock it in. Because again, if you get 9 out of 15 towards Jason Kidd, and then you're feeling desperate at the end and have to end up, spending money, that's what you don't want to ultimately do with this event. You want to, obviously get where you want to get to. You obviously want to grind the game as much as you want to and complete all the challenges you do. But again, the very last thing I want you guys to do is at the end of it, have to end up spending more MT than you're wanting just because you thought you were in a better position than you ultimately were. So that's just kind of another piece of recommendation that I have for you guys. Again, I'm not trying to tell you guys what to do, how to, approach this event, but that's just kind of how I'm looking at things. Again, I've got a long ways to go, right? Like I genuinely do, but I do believe if I complete these last couple of challenges, I'll have enough for Jason Kidd as it stands right now, which is crazy, right? I played King of the Court. I did play, obviously, the Triple Threat event, and I've been grinding these things out, and I'm going to have enough for Jason Kidd. So I do kind of like this event more than the events in the past. Obviously, there's not an MT side of this event, but even for like the no money spent people, getting Jason Kidd or Nick Young is a really, really, really good alternative option, right? I'm never going to get KD. I'm never going to get Wilt, but you're getting these other guys that are obviously really good and can play at a very, very, very high level. So that's kind of where I'm at. Obviously, with things, I don't necessarily love the fact that they put KD behind the massive paywall they did, but when I'm looking at things, Jason Kidd, Marc Gasol, and Swaggy P, if you're in that mid-range area, are the best things to go for. If you're in the high area, right, like the 1%, the top 1%, I'd go for Wilt Chamberlain over anybody else. And if you're just kind of balling on a budget, again, I like the 10 box. I really like the legend badges. And again, the duo of Hassan Whiteside, Mario Chalmers is good. I don't love Diamond Jody Meeks. People gas him. I don't think he's that good. Mark Williams is another fine player, but there are some decent budget alternatives. For me, I got to decide Marc Gasol, Jason Kidd, or Nick Young. One of those 3, I think, are the better options. Don't love Andrew Wiggins for his value. Don't love Bam Adebayo for his value either. Another couple of things that I want you guys to know and realize before you're locking in any of these cards for those guys. So that's really it for me. Again, they kind of patched our MT method that we've done in the past, which kind of stinks. Like obviously in the past, I would have told you guys to make a bunch of MT on this event. It's a little different. Remember, you've got time, okay? You've got time to still 9 days left of the event. And again, if I'm you guys, grind out some of these signature series event cards. You can get basically a free Jason Kidd, Nick Young for sure. And just stay tuned this weekend, right? If they drop the King of the Court for a free Dark Matter 100 overall, try to grind that out. Triple Threat event, try to grind those things out. That's how you're going to take your squad from good to great. And even when I look at my squad, I like my squad. I like Mario Chalmers. I like Hassan Whiteside. But if I add Jason Kidd to this squad, we've got a whole different squad to talk about when that happens. But that is going to wrap it up for our video today. Let me know your thoughts on it. Drop a like on the video, subscribe if you are new, and as always, man, I love you guys. Have a blessed day.